Hello everyone, welcome to our board. My name is Varsha Dhiman, and in this particular session, we are going to discuss about cotton. Okay, that is India's cotton story. So recently, this particular article is published by PIB, and that is very important for your examination point of. That's why we are going to have discussion on this particular topic, right? So the aspirants who are currently preparing for CCI vacancies as well as NABARD and IBPS AFO examination, all the students have to watch this particular session and go through the data available here, right? So let's have a discussion about it. So let's start our discussion. So white gold. The first question, okay, the first point to be considered here is, yeah, cotton is considered as white gold. Okay, and what is the story of cotton in India, like from the seed to shirt, right? So, firstly, let's talk about the background and global standing. So, exploring India's unmatched position. So, if we look at the position of India in the global cotton economy, okay, in the global cotton economy, so India is right. India ranked first globally in acreage, like in total area. Okay, the total area that is contributed for cotton production. Okay, contributed for cotton production. So India ranks one, and it is ranked second in global production. Like if I talk about like uh, as per the production of the cotton that we are getting, what is the rank of India? So it is second rank. And now if I talk about the scale, like how much cotton is produced in India in the year 2025-26. So the production was nearly 290.9 lakh bales. And if I talk about the consumption, like how much cotton was consumed in India in the year 2025-26, so it was 328.0 lakh bales, right? Now the thread that connects millions. So we all wear dresses, we all, whatever the uh, like clothes we are wearing, they are having the fibers that is extracted or that is obtained from cotton. So like if I talk about the cotton, cotton plays a very important role. Like we have the Cotton Corporation of India, and cotton plays a very important role. Like it is providing livelihood opportunities to millions of people directly or indirectly. So that thread that connects millions, understanding the deep socio-economic roots. If I talk about like from where the cotton production originated and how we are connected with cotton. So imagine field stretching across India where very teeny white blossoms slowly turn into soft clouds of fiber under the sun. Okay, so these are the small balls, okay, of cotton, and that's how this they as they develop they result in the formation of soft clouds of the fibers. So cotton is not just a crop, it's a very important thread. What it do, it binds agriculture, like as a raw material, it is supplying the cotton, raw cotton to the industries, and it is also exported to other countries. Okay, it is reaching wardrobes across the world. So cotton is directly or indirectly supporting economy of the country and as well as uh, helping us reaching the global targets. So if we look at the socio-economic impact of the cotton, so 6 million. Okay, 6 millions are the farmers whose livelihoods are directly supported by cotton cultivation. 40 to 50 million people actively engaged in related processing, manufacturing, and trade. And as per Forex earner, okay, that plays a very important role in earning foreign exchange through export of fibers. So exports like fibers and the garments are exported to the other countries as per the forex earner. Okay, and that is also helping us reaching the global economic values. So from Swadeshi to Atmanirbhar Bharat. So Swadeshi, like certain products, certain commodities that are manufactured in our own country. Atmanirbhar, like we are now self-reliant. Okay, we are now reliant on all the commodities which are produced in our own country. So, as a historical look at India's legendary textile legacy, so if we talk about cotton, like this is not something which is very new, okay? We talk about the cotton, we are aware about it from the years, okay? Like it is having the ancient, right? So talking about cotton in detail, right? Talking about cotton in detail. So in ancient India as well, global centers for cotton textiles, trading fibers across Eastern and European markets. So that time also in ancient India also, okay, there was the global centers, okay, from where the cotton is extracted, cotton fibers are traded across the Eastern markets and the European markets. And then comes the 19th century. Okay, in the 19th century, what happened? Textile mills were established in Kolkata, Mumbai, and Ahmedabad. Okay, then comes the Swadeshi movement. So, promoted indigenous Swadeshi mills to strongly contest against British. Okay, Swadeshi movement was started, and the main objective of Swadeshi movement was to promote indigenous Swadeshi mills so that strongly contest against British goods. Then in mid 20th century, significant increase in cloth production reflecting industry resilience leading up to independence. Okay, so that's how it go further and independence occur. Okay. Now moving ahead, ancient roots and historic value. So India's association with cotton stretches back thousands. So India, it is not that we are aware about cotton now only. No, cotton is something that is we are associated, like if we talk about thousands of year back, from that time onwards we are associated with the cotton. And the subcontinent was undeniably, we are considered, our subcontinent is considered as the original hub of global cotton trade. Okay. Now, in ancient times, the high quality cotton cloth even functioned as a medium of exchange. Okay, like we were using cotton as a barter system component, and that shows its immense. Like this particular cotton and the cotton products are having a great economic values and widespread expectancy. Okay. Now the many dimensions. So if I talk about India's cotton sector, so there are many dimensions associated with it. And what are they? Right, unmatched botanical. Like the cotton we are having, that is having a very diversity. Okay, like if I talk about India holds a completely unique. So why we are positioned higher? Why we are having the highest rank in cotton production? Okay, globally we are having a great area contribution here because India have a unique position globally. We are living in a country which is the only country in the world that can cultivate all four recognized commercial cotton species simultaneously. So that is a very plus point for us. And among the cultivated species, Gossypium hirsutum, that is accounts for nearly 90% of hybrid cotton production in India, and that serve as a backbone of this cotton or textile industry. Now, if I talk about all the four recognized species of cotton, so first is the Asian cotton. Asian cotton is Gossypium arboreum, Gossypium herbaceum, and they are the traditional, deeply rooted indigenous varieties of cotton. Okay. Then we have Egyptian cotton, that is Gossypium barbadens, that is a famous globally, and that is producing exceptionally very important thin and long fibers. Then we have American upland. This is Gossypium hirsutum. This is a dominant species which cultivates, which includes all currently. So whatever the cultivated BT cotton hybrids are, so all these comes under Gossypium hirsutum. Then BT cotton revolution. Okay. So when it was observed that the cotton fibers and the cotton bolls are affected by, okay, the cotton bolls are affected by the bollworm. So there comes the time for GMO, genetically modified organism. Okay, so BT cotton revolution, like it was introduced commercially in India in the year 2002. and that is a GMO. Okay, and what we are doing in this, like there is a gene that is collected from Bacillus thuringiensis, that is a bacteria. Okay, it's a natural soil bacterium. And what this bacteria do, like when this gene is inculcated into the with the genes of cotton, so it will help the cotton in developing resistance against bollworm, which is a major pest that is attacking on the bolls of the cotton. Okay, and so what are the different impacts that we observe because of the BT cotton adoption? Well, first is the pest resistance. Now, whatever the cotton we are developing, that is having a good resistance to the pest. Okay, that is having a very good resistance to the pest. Second is chemical reduction, so drastically lowered. So earlier we need to spray a lot of pesticide and chemical substances so that we can lower the attack of the pest on our cotton crop. But because of this BT cotton reduction, the need for toxic and expensive chemical insecticide spray was reduced. Yield improvement, the combined effect of higher yields and reduced pest control cost. Economic outlet. So now we are having pest resistant cotton available to us. Okay, and that's how it improved the incomes for the farmers for millions following it. As the farmers start adopting it, so it is reaching to the global markets, and that's how the incomes of the farmers improve. Now, if I talk about the classification by staple length, so these are the different staple categories of the cotton, and these are the lengths of it. Like short staple 20 to 20 or below in medium staple 20.5 to 24.5, medium long staple 25 to 27, long staple 27.5 to 32, and extra long staple that is 32.5 and above. Okay, now if I talk about geographical spread of cotton, like how much area is coming under this white gold or cotton. So these are the three major agroecological zones where we can found the cotton production, like in the northern zone, central zone, and southern zone. Under the northern zone, the states which are majorly producing the cotton are the states of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan. Okay, and that is characterized by irrigated farming. In central zone includes Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh, and that is a heartland of India's cotton production. Southern zone includes Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Odisha, and Tamil Nadu. They are also contributing, and they are included here only. Okay, so this is about the geographical spread of cotton cultivation. So these are the states where we are getting the cotton production. Okay, so we are at number one position in area, second in production and consumption. Okay, and as per this, we are having 115 lakh hectares of area for cotton production, 38% of global cotton area. Okay, as if we calculate, and world total area is 304 lakh bales. Okay, provisional production for the year 2025-26 was 5 million tons, or it was 5.58 million tons in in the terms of consumption. Again, now strength in area production and consumption. So under this, like let's talk about it. So cultivation base like 114.84 lakh hectares. Okay, and from that 62% is contributed under rain-fed region, and 38% is contributed under irrigated conditions. Okay, massive scale and output. So we are producing nearly 20% of global cotton output. So that help us in maintaining the highest position here. If I talk about the domestic consumption, including MSME and non-textile segments, that stood at a massive 328 lakh bales, like 5.58 million tons in 2025-26. If I talk about the export of the cotton and India's trade footprint, so this is our position. Okay, so India's major export destination are USA, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, United Kingdom, and UAE. Okay, and we exported in the year 2025-26 nearly US dollar 11.49 billion worth of cotton, and we export highest of the cotton USA, that is 26.35%. Okay, so that is about it. Now moving ahead, if I talk about building a competitive cotton ecosystem. Okay, so these are the key strategic priorities that can help in a building a competitive cotton ecosystem, like price support. So minimum support price, okay, that is operated by CCI, so that stable remunerative returns will be provided to all the farmers who are working in this direction. Productivity, so there are national missions and special field projects to enhance the productivity of cotton. And we are introducing technologies here like high density planting systems and digital app streamlining, that is to make the market access easy for the cotton production. So minimum support price, that is approved by Cabinet Committee of Economic Affairs, and that is actually ensuring farmers at least they will receive 50% return on their production cost during market downturns. Okay. So in the year 2025-26, cotton procured was 105.09 lakh bales, value to rupees 41,530 crore. Okay, so we observe this is the MSP growth of the year 2025-26 or 2026-27. You can see here 8,268 rupees per quintal. And for the long staple cotton, it was 8,667 rupees per quintal. Okay. Now, mission for cotton productivity was launched. It is a 5-year strategy. So last year it was mentioned in the budget. Okay. In the last year it was mentioned in the budget, and the main objective of having this mission is to improve the production of cotton. It is aligned with 5F formula, that is farm, fiber, factory, fashion, and foreign. Okay, we are expecting the aggressive growth. Like now it is 297 lakh bills, and we are expecting it to increase to 498 lakh bills by the year 2031. Okay, so spatial project. So uh, it is supported under the spatial project. Okay, it is supported under the spatial project, and right, and that is a special project on cotton, right, implemented under the National Food Security Mission, right. And these are the innovative planting system that we can follow for improving the cotton production, like high density planting, like higher plant production per hectare, closer spacing we can do, and ELS technology, that is extra long staple technology that we can follow. This is an application, Kapas Kisan application, okay, and that enables simple self registration and advanced slot booking for the cotton. Okay, branding and beyond the loom. So Kasturi Cotton Bharat, right? This is a flagship government initiative positioning India's cotton as a global symbol of absolute purity, quality, and sustainability. Okay, versatility of the cotton. So it provides not just the fiber, but the raw cotton seed that comprise 1/3 length and 2/3 seeds, right? And the seed contain heart healthy edible oil, so we can consume it also. So that is all about the cotton that you have to go through. And let me know if you need any help further to discuss around it. Okay, thank you so much and bye bye.